The importance of first aid can never be underestimated. When you go through the chain of survival, for any out-of-hospital cardiac arrest, for any pre-hospital management of injuries, first aid plays a very, very important role in the outcome of the patient, especially for cardiac events, strokes, but most importantly, things like bleeding and choking, where interventions have to be done right on the spot, or else the person can succumb and die. Or even if the person survives, the person's recovery might be longer, and the person may be left with disability or maybe deficits.
Our aim from Nemo is to ensure that we train as many persons as possible, not just those who serve with us as volunteers, but those within the communities, because we understand our goal is to build capacity within communities and build resilience. Because if we have a resilient nation, we understand we have a nation that can go through any disaster or any emergencies.
Nemo is very happy to host this first aid and CPR training for our volunteers. Partnering with Leson for Lavi and GSD as our sponsor, this will definitely improve the capacity of our volunteers and their resilience in first response, given that they will always be responding to disasters or any incident where their intervention as first responders on the scene can be life-saving before the professionals get there.
St. Lucia is no stranger to natural disasters like hurricanes, landslides, and we've also been seeing a number of road accidents. Immediate and effective first aid can save lives during such emergencies. This training has equipped me and other participants with vital skills to respond quickly and effectively in crisis situations.
The concepts that we are learning further solidify the importance of being able to provide first aid services to someone out there to help stabilize a life until they can get the appropriate medical attention.
So first aid is very important. The more persons we have in the public that are trained in first aider, and then it can assist as a bystander, the better it is, and it's also impact on universal health care. So actually, it's the first link when you think of universal health care.
This experience has far exceeded my expectations in that normally you come in and you sit down and you hear, but this training has been very, very practical, and it has made a whole lot of difference, and practical and engaging.
My expectations coming into this course were just basic first aid, the normal thing that's, but it's far exceeded my expectations in that the hands-on is very in-depth and we learn beyond just the basic first aid. The instructor is very informative and very knowledgeable, and I have learned a lot, so I can use it going out into the field to help my community and my country.
The instructor, based on his experience, his knowledge, he's able to help you understand what you're trying to achieve. A lot of times you can just go to first aid courses and they just tell you what to do, but here he's going behind the scenes, helping you understand exactly what you're trying to achieve. And that gives you the confidence in knowing what to do and understanding what you're doing. The second thing he addressed was team dynamics. And oftentimes in committees or when we respond to situations, we find ourselves working not only by ourselves but with persons. And so managing the team is also very important. So that these two things were very, very essential. And I think that this is very important in a session like this.
The training like this is very important because there are some stuff that happens with your peers around you and you may not know how to react, or anybody near you does not know what to do. So training like this is very important to know and teach your peers so that in case anything happens, you're already on standby and you already know what to do just in case.
So I would like to thank the organizers, the facilitators, Nemo, for organizing such an informative session. But not just a session on first aid, but looking at the other dynamics, the other aspects that would really enhance your practice as a first aider out in the field.
Completing this course today made me more confident and prepared, and it will also help me to be calm when preparing or knowing that a disaster is approaching.
In terms of major injuries, especially lacerations and stuff like that, as well as being able to help out with such things as CPR, which we've been very well trained in.
I am more confident, you know, in my skills. I could use it at work, at home with my family, you know. Everybody could feel safe as long as I'm there.
I want to thank Nemo in a very special way for having this initiative for people to come along, which you're not getting much people who's really volunteering to do such event.
I also want to thank the facilitator, Mr. Henry, for such an informative way of teaching us how to go about doing first aid and to help us in our future endeavors, our lives, our neighborhood, our community, and our country.
And I appreciate the collaborating with Nemo. That's my second or third time collaborating with Nemo in several endeavors. And I think that's a great initiative from Nemo. The more persons that are trained, the more capable we are, the more resilient we are, and the better we'll be able to help each other in instance of disaster. Whatever disaster you have, mass casualty, whatever disaster we have, we'll have more persons available. The chances of having somebody around that knows first aid will be more because you have more persons trained. So I applaud this initiative.
Nemo aims to empower not just the volunteers, but the populace in general. Leson Lavi and our other partners, we welcome them to come on board with us. And again, we want to thank GSD for making this training possible and every one of the stakeholders. Thank you.